Hello, this is Mrs. Schaefer, and I wanted to run through some information on the lesson 7.03 with you. We are reviewing a lot of information, pulling past ideas in to help us using things from Unit 3, the periodic table, and Unit 2, kind of pulling it all together to help explain how chemicals react with each other. So here's a nice warm-up for you to consider. What does it mean for an atom to have a neutral charge? Pick which option. I hope you chose option B. For an atom to be neutral, it will have the same number of electrons and protons. Motivational moment for today: success all depends on the second letter. That's you. You can do this. It will take effort. We are here to help you. That we provide a lot of helps and support, but it really comes down to you doing the work. But we know you can. That effort will pay off. Wanted to review some of the information in 7.01. Where we started talking about the valence electrons. 7.02 is going to challenge you to understand a little bit more about those valence electrons. So I want to make sure that's really good in your head. Then you will want to go through and review the unit 7.02 also. We have this idea that as we have studied the environment, matter, and we've learned more about atoms, we have developed different models to help us represent what we believe is going on. And we'll be looking at, particularly in this unit and today, the idea of valence electrons and that periodic table. So 701, 702, 703 will connect all of these ideas together. Here's a picture of the electron cloud model, which is one of the models that talks about the general location of the nucleus and the probability of where to find an electron. Electrons move, so you can't say it's in one spot or another. But as you know, we use models to help teach ideas. And when we use the second model here on the right, the BOHR model, it gives a lot more detail about the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons. So I'm going to talk about this model. In the model, it has different layers or shells, and that has to do with some of the energy levels that as you study more advanced chemistry, it will go into some of those details. But we want to remember that that outer layer is the valence electrons. These are the ones that are going to bond or react with other atoms around them. Here's another example. This shows the different energy levels. There's more than one energy level. And like I said, when you go through a more advanced chemistry class, it will explain it more. You can also go into the 7.01 class recording where Ms. Danveld explains how these numbers are created. 7.02 also has some information, and we talked about it in Unit 3, where we know that the valence electrons in this first column is 1. Over here, it's full at 8, and then we have 7, 6, 2. So each of these columns has a number of valence electrons in them. It's sorted that way. All right, so question for you. Which subatomic particle is involved in chemical bonding? Hope you chose C, electrons. We will be talking a lot about these electrons, and we're going to be looking today at ionic bonds. which is one of the different type of bonds. There is several that we'll be looking at. You will find the review sheet so you can go in and organize your notes. So please use that to help you. You can also see that the link for the Quizlet is there to help you. In your course for the 7.03, you'll see a couple videos right here. So the ionic bonding introduction, you'll want to watch this. And then you'll also want to watch the ionic bonding part 2. And they'll explain it using models that will really help you. And you can see that there are several types of bonds. There's ionic bonds, covalent bonds, and metallic bonds. And we'll get to all of these as you go through that video. So go ahead and pause, go in and watch that video. All right, so what types of elements are held together by ionic bonds? Metals and nonmetals. And then, what do we know about them? What holds these ideas together? They're opposite charges, and opposite charges attract. So we have ions, which have a plus or a minus to them. They have a charge on them, so they will attract each other. And you can see what they're named, anions and cations. Part 2 will explain some of this information using the electron. It will show you what's happening. There is a warning. Go ahead and mentally change that word there just to be so you know. All right, so hopefully those 2 videos have helped you understand how valence electrons determine some of the bonding and the chemical reactions. And we have talked about the ionic bond. We will go in and talk about the covalent and the metallic in the future. So please use this time to work on getting all of those grades at 70% or better. This is your chance. Please go in and do that. If you need help, email so that we can get you the help that you need. Code word for today, written on the board. And I hope you have a great day. We will see you soon.